Good evening. Oh my god, what's going on there? Right, so what's going on? Yes, this is down. SCMM is down. I am fully well aware. Thank you for pointing it out, but I am aware. Apparently, the bandwidth usage had exceeded its limit for the month, probably due to the summer sale. I am aware of it, and I do believe that is coming back this Sunday, the 13th of July. That is what Bipolar Penguin has said in his Discord. Yes, there is an SCMM Discord. Maybe I should link that in the description, right? So they know. So unfortunately, it's not going to be super easy to be able to see all the skins, but I have, gone to their workshop pages. With great thanks to micro522.com, we can keep up to date with the accepted skins. This does update every hour to see the sub counts. And again, you can just look at the actual workshop pages yourself. I've actually written down everything, so I've got a good thing to go on here. I'm good. So yeah, I think I'm just going to have to make this work. It's going to be slightly different. I do apologise, but we'll make it work. We can still figure out price suggestions, and we could discuss some potentially nice things we could see tomorrow. Cool. Right then, so shall we just begin? Talk about all the abnormals. So what's the first skin to talk about? The top-selling abnormal skin for this week just so happens to be the small box. You know, the small box that looks like this. Oh no! I've left it unlocked. Now everybody can just easily put their hands in there, grab everything. Oh dear, oh no. So, yes. I didn't see a collection continuation of this over the course of the weekend. But currently right now, I can confirm it is the top-selling abnormal skin for this week. And it has 19,000 subscribers for a small box. Ha. So, of course, right now, if I was on SCMM, I'd show you all the small box skins we've seen so far this year, and I'd point out how they're not exactly holding up. But I do have to question you. I do have to ask you, with this design, do you like it? And are we anticipating a continuation? Yes, we are. When we saw this in the Rust rotation, when we were recording streaming and showcasing this, the skin creator was there, and he says he does want to do a large box. We are anticipating that. Not sure how far he can go with it, aside from 2 boxes. We'll see. I don't know. A locker, I guess. We'll see. But is that actually going to hold up? It's silly. It's goofy. And let me tell you, over the course of this weekend, I've seen more pretty silly, funny, creative, transparent designs for small boxes. I definitely want to show you another one. No, don't you worry. I've got a fun one to show you. But anyway, with what we're looking at here, I'm still not sure. Again, if you bought one for yourself, that's different. If you bought a skin because you liked it, fair enough. Buy it, use it, enjoy it. Support the skin creator. Keep them nice and motivated. Keep putting nice creative designs to the future. But this as an investment, I think I'm just going to stick with a buy order. So if this is sitting here at $2.49 on the on the Rust store right now, I think for when I do my buy order, I think I'm just going to go halfway. And I am going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to maintain my eyes on it a lot because I can still see that working out quite nicely purely as like a joke. Not in a mean way, but as a fun, silly, goofy thing to have around tonight your base. Fun for role players and whatnot. And as I said, with this little joke I made here, ha 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 ha. By the way, have you seen it when it has the key lock on it as well? I'm not sure if we're going to see any other skin like this. We might not. So I'll keep an eye out. But yeah, I think I'll probably do 80 cents to $1.20. I'm not 100% confident. But what I will tell you is, when I was doing the 48-hour analysis, I thought that small box was going to do between 23 to 26,000 subscribers. Nope, it fell just short. It slowed down towards the second half of the week. So yeah, it has undersold based on my expectations when I looked at it on Saturday. So okay, fair enough. As an investment though, not 100% convinced, so I'll play it safe. That's my answer. Right then, so the next thing to talk about will be the No Mercy rocket launcher, and I can confirm to you that this is currently sitting here with just over 16,000 subscribers. So, somewhat recently, we did happen to have a rocket launcher being accepted, that being the Black Ops rocket launcher. And if I can recall, that did what, like 24,000 subscribers? We'll confirm that in a second. But please take note, 178 listings, and it's not selling for $2.50 anymore. So just to confirm, how much did you sell? You did 25,000 plus subscribers. Our No Mercy rocket launcher, right? It has almost 10,000 less. By tomorrow, okay, yeah, there might be a few more. No Mercy collection is very large. It is the biggest collection we have in Rust overall, as you can see here. Again, if only I had SCMM to make it so much easier. But yeah, we've got almost 40 skins, 37 total. As a whole, The clothing and armor is doing very nice. The weapons, they're doing okay. But let me bring this up to you. Rocket launchers. We only have like 2, 3 white ones. You got Glory, you got Antique. I can't remember, there's another one. So with the No Mercy one, yeah, it's black and white. But will people still appreciate it? Because you might notice these are actually in the positive. Quite a few of these rocket launchers aren't exactly doing super great, but that's doing alright. And that's doing alright. Now, judging from what you can see here, that's white and black. And I can't see that because there's a Glory skin and that skin creator got banned. That's a whole different story. That's like full white. But even then, only $3. I don't think the rocket launcher is going to automatically be okay because there's a very large collection behind it. Not every single skin is doing A-okay. So I am a fair bit concerned. I could see people actually wanting to use it. But then again, would people just prefer to use the Twitch drops with glow-in-the-dark aim sights? Transparent aim sights as well for some reason? Like, I can't help but assume they probably might just stick with that, and they were free. So it's a bit conflicting. If I'm not feeling 100% confident in a skin, what do I say? Oh, I'll go about probably halfway. So, yeah, I think I'll do 80 cents to $1.20 for that one as well. Sorry to say, but I'm just not fully convinced. The Black Ops rocket launcher, it lost $1 of its value pretty quickly. But then again, it did do quite an excessive amount of sales. But at $1.20 barter, maybe it's still pretty good. If you're feeling more confident, feel free to offer more. Maybe you might want to bump it up to $1.50. Choice is up to you. But 80 cents to $1.20 is probably where I'm going to go with it. Alright? So, okay, cool. Temple Garage Door. Yes, another $3 garage door. Yippee! That's not retaining its value. That currently has about 15,500 subscribers. Let's just quickly go confirm that. So let's go over to here. I search for the Temple. There he is. And right now he currently has 15,382 subscribers. So that's a very nice, cool, fairly nice look design. But that's like the 5th jungle-themed garage door we've had so far this year. I wouldn't be surprised if we probably see some more. Anyway, I spoke to the skin creator. He didn't even consider the idea of wanting to go ahead and make a collection continuation. I went, look, make a large box or something, you know, give it a shot. So, okay, maybe we might see more of it. Maybe we don't. But by default, garage doors this year, the majority, I'm talking about like every single one of them, bar 2, are currently in the negative. Pretty badly. Yeah. So that doing a good reasonable 15,000 subscribers, which is a fairly average amount, that is still looking like it's going to go down in price. Sorry to say. It's a perfectly fine looking skin, but yeah, farmhouse. You know what? I could mention that neon farm garage door. How much did that sell in the end? I can't really remember, but of course we could just look at the actual workshop page itself, and that did 25,000, so again that's a fair bit more. But that has lost a lot of its value. So that was looking pretty good for a while, and then nope. That has lost and gone down to about half its price. So I'm sorry to say, but again, I'm thinking I'm probably going to go about halfway. I do not fully trust this brand new garage door either. Now, if only Kosem didn't say, oh, I don't know about doing a collection continuation. Why would you say that? Right, anyway, yeah, I'll probably go $1, 80 cents to $1.20 again. Being very straightforward with you. I feel like that's probably the most reasonable approach. However, next, we have the $2 training backpack. So this, I've already mentioned it. We have had some black backpacks, and quite recently, both of them have done quite nicely. They both went up into the positive, which was very cool to see, even though they did sell quite a fair bit. So this did almost, what, like 55,000 subscribers? Based on, like, normal Rust stores, that's absolutely absurd. And yet, it's still caught back up again. But, oh, don't you just love these people here? 85 listings. Very smart choice there, good sir. Very smart. Well done. You get people like that. Oh, suddenly the skin appears to be slightly up in price. I could make a little bit of profit for each individual backpack I bought. I might as well go and load my entire stock. Life's a struggle. Anyway, so with what I'm seeing there, it did improve. Scroll. That did an absurd amount. It still managed to go back up to its Rust store price fairly quickly. Less than a year, which again would be like kind of fairly quickly. Legacy Kevlar backpack. This also sold at what, $2.49? I think it was $2. Either way, I am fully well aware that this got to about $3 at one point, a good few weeks back. Yes, it did kind of drop off a fair bit since then. Unfortunate, but a lot of skins have been like that, unfortunately. But that did go back up and above its Rustall price. So both of these, whilst they sold quite a lot, they did recover quite nicely. But talking about the backpack here, I just want to sit here and say that has only done 15,000 subscribers. It is not an absurd amount. It's a perfectly fine amount. But is it still likely going to struggle, dip, suffer a fair bit? I think it very likely will eventually happen in terms of October. The inevitable September, October, November period of time, in which I refer to as the autumn dip, the autumn seasonal dip, autumn fall seasonal dip. And if you're thinking a little bit more in terms of long term, I reckon you could probably pick these up for maybe, I think, you know what, I might just say 80 cents to $1.20 again. But in this particular instance, that's a $2 skin. All the other ones were $2.49 and $3. So with what I'm seeing here, yeah, I think that's a very reasonable approach. Around October time, this very likely will be reaching a low point. But once we go through January 2026, post-Christmas, yeah, I think that might work out quite nicely. So, okay, you've sold a respectable amount. You have a very nice collection behind you. And I am well aware a collection continuation did appear this past weekend. A sleeping bag. So, okay, fair enough. Looking pretty sweet right over there then. So, that's looking pretty appealing. But now I have to talk about the LR300. This is the lowest selling skin of the week, with only 8,000 subscribers. Now, we could sit here and question and debate, oh, people just don't happen to like the design. Well, it wasn't intended to be pretty. It wasn't intended to look nice and factory new. This is a battle-worn weapon. It's all dusted, patched up, bit dented and whatnot. As I said, worn out, because it's supposed to pair up nicely with the Nomad hazmat. But it does have transparency. But it is an LR300. So, again, if I had SCMM.app right now, I'd showcase to you all the LR300s and make a big fuss sitting here and saying, well, unfortunately, gentlemen, all these LR300s are mostly in the negative. Some might be in the positive, but they probably would have come out years ago. Will Apocalypse Nomad LR300 end up in the positive? And again, if I typed it wrong, just type in Nomad Hedge. Just type in Nomad. You might get an extra couple of skins. Oh, there you go. That's fine. Now, let me just repeat this. The MP5 and the AK have bounced up and down in price. The MP5 has dropped off because we've got the Heat Seeker MP5. So, okay, fair enough. Panic sell. M39 here. Not exactly doing terrible. Not exactly doing super great. Yeah. So, only 3 skins. And they're all basically in the negative at the moment. Honestly, for a $2.49 LR300, I think that's going to go down. But I think I'll do 70 cents to $1. I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up hovering just over $1 during certain periods of time. Wouldn't surprise me. Perhaps at some point someone makes a big fuss and say, oh my goodness, gentlemen, guys, look, don't you see? The Apocalypse Nomad has a pay-to-win site. We should all go buy it now. Which apparently happens quite a lot here and there on like the Rust subreddit for some reason. So, I have got a video showcasing that, a short video. It's useful, it's nice. But at some point in the future, I wouldn't surprise me if we see even more LR300 with transparent aim sights and whatnot. And yeah, in fact, we have the Trainwrecks one, the Blue Gem, don't we? Yes, we do. So, yeah. Tell me what you think. Did you buy one for yourself? But yeah, 70 cents to $1 will be the approach I do with that. Cool. So we've got all the abnormal skins out of the way. Now we need to talk about the regular skins. And the regular skins they're definitely a lot more interesting, right? They're definitely a lot more interesting at the moment. Yes, Antinomy, I'm currently doing the abnormal yappings. So for the regular skins, first up, I want to talk about Stinger Crossbow, because that is actually the top selling skin of the week. That did eclipse the likes of the boots, and of course, the likes of the Work Crate Small Box. Alright, so let me go over to here and make a big fuss about how I did make this video here, discussing about the potential problems we might have with the Stinger Crossbow. For you see, I did anticipate that this was going to do between 19 to 22,000 subscribers, and I can confirm right now it has 19, no, to clarify, I do believe it has just under 21,000 subscribers at this current point right now. So, it is the top selling skin. Is 21,000 a ridiculous amount? Not really. It's a lot for this week, but in general, 21,000 is an absurd amount. It's fine. Compare that to all the crossbows in the game. All right, maybe that might be a fair bit. But that's a pay-to-win crossbow. That has transparency. And like I've already mentioned many times, the only other comparison is a $6 cargo heli crossbow. It was $8, but then that appeared. But the issue is, it's not abnormal. So tonight, we really have to question, do we actually want to jump in and make some purchases, or do we just try and stick with a buy order? Gentlemen, $1 to $1.50. Maybe a little bit more. I can see it maybe dropping off a fair bit, because initially maybe a lot of people try and sell it. I'll mention the Island Assault roadside gloves in a minute. That's like a perfect example. But with what I'm looking at here, I think as time goes on, so as long as we don't see any new crossbows with transparency, Twitch drops as well, just saying, I think that will slowly, progressively, gracefully rise up in price. That is my expectation. Will it go all the way up to $6? $8 like the Cargo Heli did? That's a bit questionable. But Cargo Heli did do 13,500 subscribers. It's not like it did only 1,000 or something. It still sold quite a fair bit. This, of course, has sold more. But give it time. Give it 3 years or so. Maybe that doubles in price. Or triples in price. I'm expecting profit. I'm expecting in the foreseeable future, this is going to retain its value. I'm pretty sure, and I feel somewhat confident, more and more people will become aware of its transparency. It's pay-to-win transparency. All right? And again, you might question, Hedge, is this even that helpful? It only has to be a little bit more helpful to be pay-to-win. For everybody to scream, pay-to-win, pay-to-win, pay-to-win. So that right there, I would definitely offer at least $1 to $1.50. Honestly, $1.50. Yeah, it might drop off a fair bit here and there, but if you were to sit here and say, oh, should I go buy some? I might be. I think I might go grab a good 10 or 20, maybe a few more. I would really hope to see another one appearing in the store soon. But as far as I'm aware, I have not seen a crossbow Twitch drop. At least like on the workshop. We've had one before. Overall, out of all the Twitch drops, only just one crossbow Twitch drop. So, okay, fair enough. We'll leave it at that. But I think as of now, that's looking to be pretty sweet. Yes, inevitably, we will have the autumn-fall seasonal dip, but around post-Christmas time, I'm expecting some very nice things. So, all right, cool, fair enough. Let's go back over to here, and let's now talk about the Island Assault boots. Gentlemen, if you're not fully well aware, I have noticed a certain interesting collection continuation has appeared in the workshop. Yes, Mr. Uncle has gone ahead and produced the Tier 2. So we now have pretty much all the clothing and armor pieces on the workshop, but the skin creator Uncle, he has said he does intend to redo the hoodie and pants if it's not accepted, like tomorrow and the next week. Not fully sure when he's doing it, but by the sounds of it, he wants to redo it. Some people have offered their feedback, and he's listened, and he wants to consider making a new version. That right there, that Tier 2, that's A-OK. I've already got a short video showcasing it. Grout, very likely, may flush, may become a reality. But we need to talk about, specifically, the boots, because initially I thought, oh no, those boots are selling a little bit too much. It's getting concerning. Well, guess what? They slowed down. The boots have now reached up to 19,370 subscribers. Technically speaking, they're still selling less compared to the Tier 3. So if I was to just go over to here very quickly, I've got a lot of things. So let me just quickly delete some of this. There we go. Cargo Heli, oh look, there you go, $5.50. There you go. Island Assault roadside gloves, Island Assault chest plate, and Island Assault face mask. That is selling for just under $7. That is currently selling for basically $9, and this is right here comfortably at $1.70. Now, initially, quite a lot of listings did appear, but that's actually recovered very nicely, and look at all that support that has now. People are realizing things are cooking for this collection. Lots of people seem to be behind it. Lots of people seem to be appreciating it. But boots. How often are you using boots compared to gloves and other bits and pieces? Ah, okay, yeah. That might be a bit of a problem. Yeah, but so as long as we see collection continuations and whatnot, things should still work out nicely for the boots. Gloves are expected to perform better. Roadside gloves, just to clarify. But the boots, as time goes on, I would expect them to be reasonably okay. But if we're going to sit here and say, Hedge, should I go buy some? Well, I'm going to sit here and say I think I'll just stick with the buy order. I don't think I'll be buying some boots. I'm happy I bought the gloves, but I don't think I'll be buying the boots. I'm not as confident in them compared to the gloves. So I think for this, I'll do probably, I think I'll do 75 cents to 85 cents. I could see them drop off a fair bit, but I wouldn't assume that. I really wouldn't think they're going to be doomed. I just don't think they're going to do as good compared to the gloves. All right. Now, knowing how things have currently held up with the gloves, if we see tier 2 tomorrow, I'm probably going to do a pretty good barter on it because, yeah, that'll probably bounce up instantly. That'll probably bounce up to $1.50 as well, with plenty of support behind it. So, yeah, tomorrow, if you see the Rust rotation and you notice that the tier 2 or hoodie pants are accepted, yeah, you might want to go with a stronger barter. You might as well put down like 80 cents, 90 cents. But with my current standings, I will be offering 75 cents, 90 cents, 75 cents, 25 cents. If I do see the instant continuation tomorrow, I'll probably go all the way up to $1, maybe more. So, all right. Cool. We'll see how that goes tomorrow. Maybe we get another few hundred subscribers. That would mean it's still sold less compared to tier 3, which is selling for an absurd amount of money. Cool. Lovely. So, yeah, people are seemingly appreciating this. Right then. So, next up, what do we have? Let me just quickly remove all of these, clear it up a fair bit. Let's go back over to here. And there we are. The next skin I need to talk about, that should be the, I think it's the Modern Military SAP. So, somewhat recently, we have seen quite a lot of SAP skins being accepted. It's not the end of the world. But what I want to point out is this SAP skin, where are you? You have done just over 13,000 subscribers, which is okay. SAP skins tend to work out quite nicely. They just retain value most of the time, that they don't really go up in price that much, they don't really go down in price that much. For that, I'll do 90 cents to $1.30. I could imagine it'll probably drop off a fair bit, because I wouldn't be surprised to receive even more SAP skins. Who knows, maybe some more Twitch drops of them. So, okay, fair enough. And then, for the Croco bolt-action rifle, you are currently sitting here with just about 9,500 subscribers. Pretty fun, pretty goofy, pretty silly. $2 skin. Bolt-action rifles aren't a thing we see a lot of. Last year we had a couple that didn't work out super great, but in that particular instance, I think I'm going to offer 80 cents to $1.10. I expect them to perform better compared to like an AK and a SAR, but I'm also a little bit hesitant. But it also hasn't sold that much. But the Croco weapon collection isn't exactly holding up very greatly either, so yeah, I'm going to go over 80 cents to $1.10. Cool, so that's everything that needed to be said there. So, let's now talk about what's happening towards the end of the month, because Twitch drops are just around the corner. Yes, they are. In about 2 weeks' time, we're going to have a lovely batch of Twitch drops and a charity skin. I will have this linked in the description. This is the Tilt of 5 for Global Warfare Freeze event. It is a charity event. All proceeds will be there to raise funds for Hope for the Day. It is a non-profit movement to help people with mental health and whatnot, helping communities and whatnot. So, it's all for a good cause. And if you were to donate at least $5, you could potentially enter the raffle and win a VIP access pass to be able to take part in the Global Warfare Free event without having to sit in the queue. Let me tell you, apparently well over 1,000 people have applied and been approved, but there's only up to 500 people that can get in the server. The queue will be massive. It's not going to be a pleasant experience if you're going to try for it. But if you get VIP, oh wow, there you go. Well, you just skip ahead and you get to take part and have fun instantly. So, all right, cool, fair enough. I'm sure you get it. Now, I will sit here and say and chat to all the people watching right now, if you were to donate $5 and mention my name, in my own Discord, we're actually doing a, oh my goodness, Silico, what have you done? $50. Well, this man just, Silico, my goodness. Well, there you go. I was not anticipating that. Silico. Let me just quickly refresh and see everybody else. Did anybody else do that? Come on. All right, chat. $50. Anyone else? Nothing but dude. And there you go. Hey, thank you guys. Much appreciated. So everyone who donates $5 and mentions my name, I'll put you towards my very own extra special giveaway. We have free Rust stores to go through the course of these next 3 weeks. As of tomorrow, I'll be raffling all the people who donated, and one person will win an entire Rust store for themselves. Here's hoping we get a cool looking Rust store. So looks like I've got to add silicone, nothing but dude now. Once again, guys, very, very nice. Thank you very much for donating to that. So yeah, consider donating and keep an eye out for the Twitch drops, for they will be unveiled fairly soon, and I'm pretty sure you're going to appreciate them. That'll be 6 Twitch drops and 1 extra special charity skin. The charity skin will be in the Rust store for July 24, and all proceeds, all purchases of it, all proceeds will go towards this charity as well. So, what will it be? It might be something we don't normally see that much of. Oh, what does that mean? Oh, we'll have to wait and see. So, with that, What are we expecting in tomorrow's Rust store? First of all, I'd like to point out that we have the Rust Workshop skin checks right here. If you'd like to skip ahead to all the collection continuations, it's literally presented to you right there. We've got collections such as the Neon Storage Collection. Yes, they're doing fridges now. Wow. We also happen to see Bone Large Box. We saw Black Ops return. We saw Ultramarine return. We've already mentioned Island Assault. Cock Armor. It's very sturdy, very strong. So, yes. Questioning what potentially could be accepted tomorrow. We've mentioned that. But out of all the... You know you want it. So, yes. Plenty of interesting things have been submitted. Get a good look at that as well. Nice bit of hoodie and pants for a collection that hasn't been around for a while. It's been a year since we saw Neanderthal. But, yeah. Get a good look at all of these. You might see them tomorrow. And very likely you will probably see one very random extra late pick. So we'll see what happens. But with that, we should now skip ahead and do those abnormal barders. It's been about 20 seconds. Nothing. Nope. Oh, there you go. Hey, right. Oh, wow. There's already a ton of barders in that already. Okay. They're actually pretty low. They are. Okay, work rate, 8 cents. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out what might be a pretty good spot to put something down there, and I'll make my move. Not the most insane buy order, but it's okay for now. Yeah, someone's definitely making some moves. $1. Okay. That was a bit quick, wasn't it? Right, so how cheap will you get? That is questionable. Don't buy it for $9, Hedge. Whoops. I think I'll do 0.82, slightly above. As time goes on, yeah, that'll be fine. Apocalypse Nomad, no. No Mercy Rocket Launcher, no. Temple Garage Door, no. Really now? Really? Oh, I've accidentally opened a new tab. That wasn't a plan. Right, so what I'll do is I'll probably go over to here. Put down a second buy order. Do I really want to? I mean, couldn't hurt. Wasn't fully well prepared. Didn't get the second batch ready. So I'm looking at it, and I did say, you know what? $1.20. So, okay, then, you know what? I'll commit to that. Let's get going. I'll do 30 there. Yep, I'm all right with that. Right, let's go hop back from here. See if these are out now. Oh, there you go. Apocalypse Nomad LR300. Will you be appreciated as time goes on, or will you suffer like all the other LR300s? So I'm going to go put down a $1 buy order. Let's go see if that works out nicely. I did say 70 cents to $1. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll just stick with the $1 buy order. Maybe I'll go a little bit braver. Offer a little bit more. But you, rocket launcher, you're not bad. You got a $1 buy order there with 100 quantity already. Okay. 80 cents to $1.20. I think I might just go for like the 82 penny one. 82 pennies is like equal to like $1 and a bit. And I know as time goes on, when America probably fixes itself, things would probably improve. So, all right, that's fine. Let's go put that barter down, and I think I've got barders in all the skins except the Temple Garage Door. Right, hello, how you doing? You got barders. That's like, oh, cool, let's see here. That is quite literally about 90 cents. All right, then let's go stick something like this down. It's basically $1. Yeah, that's fine. So with that, let's now skip ahead, look at the abnormal barter support. Okay, so it's just been past about 30 minutes. Let's go ahead and take a look at these skins. So over to here, let's go see the abnormal barter support. So this is a $2 skin, right? It's got listings at $3. But as we look over to here, looking at the actual barders, yeah, mostly everybody kind of stuck with the suggested price of 80 cents to $1.20. Again, for a $2 skin, that's pretty good. So will this retain its value? That's still a bit questionable. Has it sold a ridiculous amount? Maybe it does still dip, as I said, as I suggested. If you look at it in the long term, this barter seems to be a perfectly fine suggestion. So, yeah, if you want to go ahead and buy a few of these, you might be waiting for a while to see it rebound back up again. Now, if we start seeing a lot more of the training collection, okay, maybe it works out nicely. Maybe we do see that sleeping bag, which you can see just over to here, because we saw that being submitted. There we go. Very nice. Very cool. But yeah, I think you're better off with a barter. let me put it this way. If you genuinely wanted to go ahead and buy some of these today, you could probably just put in a $1.50 barter and pick these up for 50 cents cheaper at some point later this year. Wouldn't surprise me if you managed to, succeed with that. But again, if you're going to go buy one for yourself, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it. Support the skin creators, keep them nice and motivated, keep wanting to put nice creative designs. But in terms of investment, you're probably better off with a buy order. No Mercy rocket launcher. So I did kind of just talk about this a second ago in my chat. Just noticed the Dragon rocket launcher is on the front page. It's back up to its restore price. So that's a very unique, very interesting skin made by, Face Punch themselves. Are people just sticking with their Twitch drops or the Dragon rocket launcher and not really caring about these brand new rocket launchers that you see here? I don't know, but looking at the borders, if you could just see for yourself, yeah, just about over $1, and then you got that one right there, which is me at $1.30, because I didn't know what I was offering. Currency exchanges, yeah, you get the idea. Anyway, so okay, well, I'll stick with that for now. We'll see how it goes, but that's not sticking with its $2.49 price, is it? No. How low will you go? We'll have to wait and see. Will it even go low? Will a lot of people just look at it tomorrow and start buying it, and the price just happens to stay up and do good and everything work out well for it? We'll see. All right, so you're probably better off with just putting down like a $1.70 barter, pick these up for about 80 cents cheaper, and you'll probably feel a whole lot happier. All right, so best of luck with that then, and best of luck to you to go stick with some barders. The Apocalypse Nomad LR300, lowest selling skin of the week, only 8,000 subscribers, and the barders, oh, it's a bit low, yes. So that's got a decent amount of barders below $1, a little bit slightly above 40 here, 26 there. Well, from what I'm looking at here, it's a matter of, will it even be recognised, noticed, appreciated? That's going to be a bit of a worry. I'm not expecting massive dumpings because it didn't really sell that much either. So, okay, fair enough. We'll see how it goes. But for a $2.49 skin? Yeah. You're better off with like a, I don't know, maybe a $1.50 barter. Pick this up for $1 cheaper. Wouldn't surprise me if you'd be able to pull that off as well. So, okay, fair enough. You can stick with that. Work crate, I questioned it. I wasn't sure if it was always going to be super unique. I wasn't sure if people can always find it funny, silly. You get the idea. But for what it is, I thought at least a fairly decent amount of people would appreciate it. Again, you could kind of hide it. Could. So, yeah, look at the bars here. It basically ends at $1.20 and then slightly above $1 here as well. So, yeah. Looking at that, I think you could probably just put down a $1.50 barter again. For another $2.49 skin, you could probably pick it up for $1 cheaper. Most likely, it wouldn't surprise me if you managed to pull that off. And then over to here, Temple Garage Store, $3 skin. But honestly, you could offer $1.50. I would not be surprised in the slightest. Now, if I could open up SCMM, showcase all of that, like the sales and whatnot, and show you all the garage stores over the past year, all the other Temple garage stores, they have sort of like higher prices. $2.49, $3, $3.49. Quite a lot of them are around $1.50 at the moment, and a little bit less. So again, if you really wanted to go ahead and buy a bunch of these, you could just probably put down a $1.50 barter. It would not surprise me in the slightest if you could pick it up for that price eventually at some point later this year. Cool. So yeah, it's a bit of a short one this week, not too much to talk about. So okay, fair enough. But let's just quickly hop back over to here and reiterate my words, but with a little bit more. So one thing I forgot to neglect in regards to the Stinger crossbow, Heatseeker collection. I didn't see a Heatseeker skin being submitted this past weekend. I haven't seen a skin from Vase himself this past weekend. Now I was fully well aware he was focusing making some hoodie and pants. But I did mention this in the special Stinger crossbow video. Our chat right here, we specifically asked for a crossbow from him. Heatseeker crossbow. How likely do you reckon that's going to be appearing at some point in the near future? Because if it does, and if it gets accepted, whew, oh dear, that'll definitely not be very helpful for that Stinger crossbow. But I got to sit here and say, I am curious. I am considering it. And I might just probably only buy like 20 or so, which is fine. It's better than nothing. But I feel like I might have to sit on that for quite some time to really see it appreciate and, go up in price. Might have to wait till probably January 2026 time. But if I feel confident that's not going to go down in price that much, all right then, why not go for it? Why not consider buying some of it? So to all those people watching, during their lunch break the next day, on the Thursday, you need to make a decision. It's up to you. But it's not selling too ridiculously. Yeah, it's past the 20,000 mark, but that ain't that much. So we'll see how it goes. So, of course, it's only going to become marketable when the rust rotates tomorrow. And yes, when the rust rotates, you're going to be fairly quick to jump onto that to see if you could get the barders down. But $1 to $1.50, you should be pretty alright. Maybe offer a little bit more. We'll see. But yeah, that's in your hands. Cool. And Islander Assault Team Boots. If we see the tier 2 of the hoodie and pants being accepted tomorrow, that's very likely just going to instantly go up in price, like the roadside gloves did. Okay? Cool. So once again, what are we likely going to see being accepted? Well, this is the batch of skins the previous week. This is the batch of the skins from the previous weekend. So we have 119 skins here, and we have 116. Looks like someone removed. Ooh, oh no. But yeah, lots of skins. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of skins. And I know for a fact TTG looks at even more people. Yes, he does. So, okay. Could we see one of the neon fridges being accepted? A brand new locker, perhaps? Could we see a interesting looking sleeping bag? A small box? An attempt at a storage collection? Who knows, who knows, who knows? A silly face? A cool looking design here and there? We shall see, we shall see. And as I could just scroll down a little bit more, I could point out all the clothing armor skins. Deep Ruby, roadside gloves and boots, Desert Raiders backpack, roadside hoodie and pants, although that might be a little bit too deceptive. We'll see. So, yeah, Bone Forged, oh, imagine that. But over to here, Spin to Win spinning wheel. A certain Rexmore has just screamed out very loudly he wants to see that being accepted tomorrow. And then over to here, even more neon fridges. Are you a veggies man? Are you a meat man? We'll see, we'll see. But yeah, barricade, furnace, looking pretty good. But here's that chest, that little small box I was talking to you about. What a lovely little cute mimic. It's Boxley. Yeah, he's eating a chicken. Look at him. I think a lot of people appreciate that. But with that being made now, I'm definitely looking forward to Halloween for the very silly things that people are going to make with small boxes and large boxes. Yeah. So, yeah. You know what? Last year, we got the resurgence of the Neon Storage Collection last year with the arrival of small boxes. Well, why not do it all over again with graffiti small boxes? I'm just saying, we could see it happen all over again and it'd be pretty cool. But is Face Punch willing? That's the question. That is the question. Bit of luck. Large box look very pretty, very bright. Nice glow in the dark there. We'll see about that. The very scary radioactive swarm. What is that with these wasps? Yeah. Trap sheet middle door, transparency, nuke vibe sheet middle door with its very dreary, oh, so scary vibes. Hypnolian rock, armadillo rock, ultramarine rock. Plenty of interesting skins. Will we actually see a salvaged ice pick skin actually being accepted? Will it actually happen this time? Gotta wait and find out. Yippee. Oh, just to confirm, we also have the hunting bow skin for the Stinger collection, aka collection continuation to the recent Stinger crossbow. Lots of interesting AK-47s. But of course, Neanderthal hoodie and pants, Island Assault tier 2, and cock armor for the tier 3. So, yep. Everything's lining up quite nicely. But who knows what else is going to be accepted. So that. Feel free to comment below what you're looking forward to. Feel free to comment below what you'd like to see. And, well, you could be a little bit upset as well. I know it's not going to make me happy. Yeah, it is what it is. So, okay. We'll just have to be surprised then. Now, I'm not expecting an early rust rotation tomorrow. No. I think it'll just be like a standard sort of time, in theory. But yeah, that'll be about 8 o'clock London time tomorrow, 8 o'clock UK time tomorrow. All right? Sounds good? So that, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Have a splendid day, and let's look forward to the next rust door. Will it be bigger than this? Hopefully. I reckon about 12 skins. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? We'll see. All right. Catch you later. Say goodbye.